Happy Friday, everyone. Today, I am really happy to get this one kicked off. Near and dear to my heart. We're going to talk about, pets. I'll show you a picture of my little Vicky. Pets are family, right? And you're going to hear that a lot today in this episode. Discount code hint. Today's podcast, I'm going to throw as many puns, even though they're bad, in there as possible. Really super stoked to have some Frenchie named Apollo. If you don't know him, you gotta follow him on all the social medias. The most adorable dog ever. He's got the best skits on TikTok, on Instagram, on YouTube, on Facebook. You gotta follow him. If you don't know him, let's do a quick introduction and get to know Apollo.
Page before, and since it's a new year, I thought I'd reintroduce ourselves. My name is Brett, I have a dog named Apollo, and we make skits and funny videos together, along with our occasional co-stars, Apollo's mom Vanessa, and his dog sister Artemis. A fun fact about me is despite my outgoing persona on social media, I actually love staying home with my dogs. The goal of our page is to make you laugh, as well as make jokes about common funny scenarios we all go through with our dogs. Oh, and sometimes we post daily life stuff with a sprinkle of dog education from time to time. Anyways, we hope you all can come to our page anytime you need a laugh. Oh, and if you see us out and about in San Francisco, come say hi.
Oh, there he is, the man, the myth, the legend. Brett got Apollo and Artemis. It's a 2-for-1 special today.
Yep. Sorry about the growling in the background. He decided he wanted to attack his sister, so he does that from time to time. He gets jealous.
He does. He's got to be the star of the show. So, Brett, I figured, could just take a few minutes, tell us a little bit about you and your journey getting started. I found you through the pandemic. I think everybody was home trying to figure out what the heck they were going to do with themselves. I came across your content. I thought it was amazing. And I was happy to partner with you. You helped us with some of our social media content. But tell the folks a little bit about you. I'm from Brooklyn, New York.
Yeah, so we're out here in San Francisco. I was born and raised. Sorry, my wife's leaving. Born and raised out here on the East Bay. As far as like social media, it's a total fluke. We had always wanted to get a dog, and we just never had the time for it. And then the pandemic hit, our business shut down, and we'd always wanted to get a French bulldog, and we always actually liked the name Apollo. So it was interesting that we found him, and his name was already Apollo. So it was kind of a perfect match. And then just bored and started posting videos because I needed something to, pass the time. And that's kind of how everything started. It was kind of by accident, to be honest.
You got like the most amazing dogs. In Brooklyn, New York, we're already, like halfway through our day. We're up 5 o'clock in the morning, city that never sleeps, but your content is amazing. I think your biggest following right now, it's like over 320,000 subscribers and followers.
Yeah, so I have on all my channels, to get him back over here because he's distracted so easily. So on all my channels, I have 311 on Instagram, 253 on TikTok, another 66 on Facebook, and then what is it? almost 26,000 on YouTube. So I'm coming around like 600 and something total. Across everything. Yeah.
Has this now become your full-time job as a content creator?
I mean, it's getting there. I mean, I do so much stuff besides this, but it's getting to the point where I don't even know if I can do the other stuff anymore because this is becoming so busy, and been obviously just making content, but also partnering with brands, also you guys as well. So it's definitely becoming a full-time job for sure.
I sing your praises, and I tell everybody, with everything going on in the world today, you have to find a good positive outlet. And from what I've seen, I think you find the sweet spot. You probably post around 3 to 5 videos a day now, give or take.
I post about 2 videos every day, and then I post one still image. I I always try to change it up because each platform has their own little algorithm that they use. Some people will say to kind of hold back on the post, but my audience is so used to getting their daily dose of something new every day that it's feel like it's kind of like my job to make sure that I try to come out with something, and make it entertaining and tie it in. And I kind of have a pretty good everyday routine of how I get through everything. So
awesome. Laughter's the best medicine, and I tell people, listen, social media can be good, can be bad, but the content that you provide is really, really valuable. I was happy to partner with you. You created an amazing pet first aid video with Apollo and Artemis. Both of them were superstars. Who's got the bigger personality out of the two?
They're both funny, and Apollo, they're very different. I have to get him over here because he's so distracted. They're both very different. He gets really jealous of her a lot.
Yeah.
Exhibit A right there.
There you go.
Anytime that I have a treat, he thinks all the treats are his. But funny enough, even though she looks sad and she looks like she wouldn't hurt anybody, she does not like putting up with his stuff. Mm-hmm. So she will definitely put him in his place. So she's kind of like a silent alpha.
Okay.
And then he is a very, what do I want to say, very confident beta, to where he thinks he's the alpha but he's not. So he's definitely got more personality. He's easier to work with on video, which is why you don't see her as much, because she gets kind of always distracted and aloof. So where he's very focused. Like you bring like a treat out, and he's like, he'll let you do anything. You can usually do his thing, and he'll just stay focused on it. And that's how
he's so food driven.
Oh yeah, it's probably not good. From a dog trainer perspective, he is probably the opposite of what you would want. But I'm not out here showing him, and running him through obstacles and all that stuff. So,
gotcha. In New York, the Bulldog is a very popular breed. The English, the Frenchies, I think all across the country. What about in your area? Is the Frenchie a popular dog?
Oh yeah, there's a lot, especially in San Francisco. It's such a good city-friendly dog because a lot of people. I mean, I live they have a pretty good backyard to run around with, but most people that live in San Francisco are living in smaller apartments, and they're just a perfect size. They have lots of great personality, and it's great because you go to a park and you almost always find one or two at the park. And they do Frenchie meetups here. I used to actually be involved in putting a lot together. But yeah, sometimes you get those meetups and there's 30. I think the most we have is 35 or something. So yeah, and that's just one area of the park. There's little concentrations in the city and stuff.
Got a lot of people in chat saying hello. If you have questions, feel free to ask. Make sure you are following some Frenchie named Apollo on all the social medias. It's amazing. You were actually able to get that for everything. And sometimes I know people find that very hard to get the same name across all the different platforms.
Yeah, it was, I mean, it's such a long, I honestly, it's probably not the best name to, there's 1 second. There's some instructions.
Artemis has now taken over the live. It's the Artemis show. Apollo ran for the hills.
I know he did. He heard that truck. I just closed the window. They're doing construction around here, so my apologies. But I think I find it because his handle is so long that I don't think anyone wants it. And sometimes I look at it and I'm like, oh, well, I can't change it now. I actually thought about changing it. But yeah, here. Now you
So
know. There, I got him. But yeah, I thought about changing it, but I was like, no, I think it's
I would think it's so perfect, you know, like it's some Frenchie named Apollo. You know, it just works with that dog.
Well, and I
Had
will
a,
give my wife a lot of credit. She kind of helped come up with it because, you know, that was like her handle. We actually kind of have all the same handles, so it's just a different name too.
they are really going at it. They are battling for that treat.
Oh yeah, I had to fight to give that one to Artemis because Apollo was trying to take it.
I'll say, like, I feel bad if I gotta like referee. You know, you walk into like, you know, wife and husband or like brother and sister fighting. Like, what do you do?
I know, it's crazy. It's crazy.
So had a 2-for-1 question for you that someone wanted to know. You know, how long does it normally take you and the pups to create like one video skit, and where do you get your inspiration from? Because you pull from a lot of different genres: the '80s, the '90s, current things, music, movies. Really, really good stuff.
So yeah, I mean, it's pretty much just all stuff that I grew up loving. You know, the Jason Banks skits. I mean, it's a lot of the same humor that I enjoy. You know, a lot of movie skits that I use are they're just stuff that I just find funny, and I just throw whatever I think is funny out there, and sometimes it hits and sometimes it doesn't. But that's really the only thing that makes things work. As far as time, I mean, it can be really quick. I've got a pretty good system down where a lot of people will look at it from afar and be like, oh my God, you must spend all day filming. But I feel like I perfected it in a way where I'm able to film myself, where I always film myself first and leave blank filming screens open, and I can use those blank screens to fill him in later, so he's not standing there waiting in between. You know, because sometimes it'll take forever to get it perfect, and he would just be sitting there and wondering why he's sitting there. So that way he can still be a dog, and you know he's not totally burnt out on showbiz. You know,
sure. Can't get all that ego go to his head.
Exactly. Exactly.
I know. Listen, I know I am guilty of this. I probably see something and I'm like, yo, try this as a skit, man. It'd be friggin' hilarious. Do other viewers besides, you know, maybe send you ideas on how to do a skit or?
Oh yeah, no, for sure. I mean, I know I've used some of yours. I get a lot every day. Sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, this is a good fit. I like it. This goes with what I'm trying to do right now. And then sometimes I'm like, oh, you know, there's too many things that are, you know, people that are doing this right now. Maybe I'm gonna wait and try to find something that maybe is just starting to like hit its stride and will be a good piece of content that'll take off. So yeah, it really all depends on where, because since I do this almost for a living, like I'm like on it like all the time, and I would say there's probably like 80% chance whatever someone sends me I've probably already seen. So it's funny, actually. I get a lot of other people in my community that will send me the video and send me a video, like a trending video, and I'll get like 10 people sending me the same video. So I mean, I always acknowledge people when they send me stuff, because I never want them to like think that I don't look at my DMs. I do. But yeah, but sometimes I don't even need to watch it because I've already watched it, you know? So I just usually like it because I'm just like, oh yeah, if I've seen it, I think it's funny. Yeah, so there's definitely some good stuff.
I think everything old is kind of new again, so, you know, I'd love to see some of the stuff from the 80s. I know I bug you, like, yo, do like RoboCop or Nightmare on Elm Street with them.
Oh yeah. No, I definitely, there's some things that I could definitely tie in. And I do think of those every now and then, but a lot of times, you know, I look at it and I've got to be like, all right, is like my overall audience going to appreciate this the same way? Because, you know, I can reference like a Will Ferrell movie or, you know, going back to the 80s, you know, I'm an 80s baby, so that makes it a little more, there are definitely some in that age range. I would say the majority of my followers are millennials, so most would get it. So, but yeah, like,
like, you know, you could have like Conan the Barbarian and like Red Sonja right there. Those two are always fighting. I mean, oh my gosh.
Believe me, I want to get more into costume stuff and get them, but I mean, I've already got a pretty good amount of clothes for them that I switch them out. but I could have a better selection.
So, for me, and I found this out recently, but I'm pretty sure your followers and even some of my followers in the security and the first aid realm, your content's great. If they had an idea, or if they wanted to be able to send, treats to the pups, or maybe purchase some of your gear, because you do have some good swag. The shirts, the dog father, amazing.
Oh yeah.
How can they purchase them?
So we have a Teespring account. You can go to the link in our bio, and you can find all of our swag, including this one. This is the dog father sweatshirt. It's probably one of my favorite designs I've done. So this one's actually, I've had this for a while. It's almost ready to retire. So I gotta go get another one. But yeah, no, the French Bulldogs one's another good favorite around Halloween and stuff. So yeah, I've definitely. You go to the link in my bio, you can find pretty much anything there. I've got probably way too many choices.
Sure.
And I think sometimes that's probably why I don't sell as much, because people always are probably overwhelmed when they look at it. But yeah, I design everything, so I've always been a very creative person. So so I definitely take pride in doing that, doing those designs as well. So.
And I know that you have a Beacons page, and folks, you should definitely check that out.
Yeah.
I'll just tell you some of the things that I've purchased that I found great for my dog. And for those people that are asking, right, I'll show you little Vicky when she was a little puppy till this morning when I left. That's little Vicky over there. Christmas time, I, holding her towards the lights. And then, literally this morning as I leave, there's a Victorian Bulldog. Didn't really get too creative with the name, but hanging out with my mom's little dog, Honey, little toy poodle. But that's little Vicky. And the wipes are great.
Yeah.
You put me onto it, and I didn't even know the dog is human. Dog is human. Those are perfect because my dog has, just a constant lick on her paws with food allergies.
Yeah, it definitely helps.
Those were so good. You also have the harnesses, the Mito harnesses. Those are really, really good.
Yeah, those are my favorite ones. She's a small business, so that's just one of the ones that I just was working with her for years. But it's just such an easy one. But yeah, there are lots of great products. You gotta have the wipes.
Yeah.
If you own a bulldog, you'll find out the hard way if you don't. So
you got to get all the folds, and that's so important.
Yeah, they're not an easy breed. They're all bulldogs, whether English, Frenchie, they're high maintenance.
Yeah.
So you gotta.
I like the ones that the finger for the ears. That is
ear ones too. Yeah, those are great.
Perfect for the dog's ears because it's not like you're jamming your finger down their ear. Nice, swab across the way. The toothbrush and toothpaste.
Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah. The wrinkle paste goes a long way as well. If you got not just for Frenchies, folks, good for all of your dogs.
Yep. Definitely.
Brett, I wanted to talk a little bit about the reason for this podcast. Because people would say, well, why should I take pet first aid? Listen, if you love your pets and you want to give them the best life possible, you got to be equipped to handle, just basic pet first aid emergencies, give them a healthy lifestyle. And we at Guardian Group Services are going to give everybody a discount code if they're interested. Pets are family. You're going to hear that all day. Pets are family. It'll help you save 5% off, but it covers in the training how to check for vital signs if they're important. How to do pet CPR, pet compressions. Depends on the size of your dog and their snout, but yes, there is such thing as pet CPR. How to deal with wounds and bleeding, could be small scrapes and cuts, and most importantly, seizures. And some of the most common pet emergencies, poison and chemicals. Dogs get into everything. Trauma, bite wounds, if they're at the park, if they step on a piece of glass, if they're roughhousing with their dog. Coming up now, heat stroke, right? It's going to start to get pretty hot out there. Don't overexert your dogs. It'll also cover mobility, seizures, limping if they hurt their paws or their leg, and choking and vomiting. So very, very important. Pets are family to help save. Have you ever had to do anything with your pups, first aid related?
No, but it's funny you say that because I get terrified, uh, of leaving certain toys out when I leave.
Sure.
This one right here, and I'm lucky she didn't swallow anything bigger, but she swallowed. I wish I had the toy with me, but I think I threw it away. But she swallowed a whole toy, and then threw it up later. It was like this toy this size, and it was a thin one, but somehow she like ate it, and then when she like, I'm not to be all graphic, but when it came out, it was just like I was like, how did you do that? How did you not choke? And so I know that if it was any bigger, I probably would have had to do CPR on it for sure. It would have been, yeah. I mean, it definitely would have been a helpful thing. That's time if it was any bigger. So yeah.
I get very nervous now because sometimes I'll bring my dog around my mother's dog. So she's got a toy poodle, which is really small, and I always try to do like the head test. Like every toy my dog has is bigger than her head because I just don't want her to choke. Gets to stimulated, she can play. But she gets a hold of all these small things, socks. I mean, in my line of work, I've seen dogs, and I don't know how, swallow towels, T-shirts, and they have to be extracted. It's wild stuff.
Well, a big one is and that makes me nervous, is like at the park. So Apollo's really like, he loves tennis balls, and those are really easy to get lodged in dogs' throats. And especially sometimes one of I really makes me like nervous when some other dogs and their parents bring these small like they're like this big, and I'm like, why would you bring that here? Any dog is going to swallow that and really choke on it. Mm-hmm. Especially him. He likes to take everyone's toys.
And they just seem to move so fast. They run faster than like a toddler when you're like, here, where you going? Zoom!
Oh, yeah. No, I don't. Yeah, I couldn't catch him in time. I'm sure if he really wanted to swallow it, he could.
So I wanted to thank you so much. I know time is wrapping up. I had a quick Q&A. I figured, like a round robin fast ending, little fun time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just ask you some quick yes or no. You tell me first thing that comes to mind, dog walking related. Morning walks or evening walks?
I like morning walks. Yeah, I like to get it done early, get them tired, so that way when I start work, they don't bug me.
All right. When you're out on your walk, do you move fast or take it slow? I've seen some of the videos. I think I know the answer to this one.
I don't determine that. They decide how fast you go. So usually it's pretty fast because they like to look around everywhere. So
yep. This is a good one. Go to the park or go to the beach on a walk?
I would say go to the beach. We're fortunate enough to live close, and they do like the water, and just to see the happiness of them rolling around in the sand. They love it. So
awesome. When you go for a walk, is it just you and your pups, or do you walk with friends?
No, I usually just go by myself. It's just me and the two dogs. I usually do lives around walk time, so that's a great way to come check us out and answer any questions beyond the podcast that we're doing today. But it's usually me by myself. That way I get to spend some quality time with them.
All right, treats before the walk or treats after the walk? I have a feeling they dictate this and they manipulate you.
Yeah, they're pretty big manipulators for sure. So they get treats throughout the day. I do watch their weight, but because I'm always kind of working with them in one way or the other. So I do try to keep them on me. So it's kind of treats throughout.
You got like a little cargo fanny pack ready to go.
Yeah, it's kind of, whenever I need to get their attention and they're kind of getting too distracted, I need to reel them back in.
Awesome. All right, last question I got for you, Brett. So important for the dogs. Do they enjoy head rubs or belly rubs more?
Oh.
Which do they like?
I mean, look at him right now. He loves this, and sometimes if you do it long enough and he's really in the mood, like I don't know if he'll do it now. No, he's too concerned with what's going on outside. But yeah, if you sit there and rub his belly, he starts falling asleep. So definitely belly rubs are more of a thing. And then she likes them too. She likes the belly rubs probably too.
Great way to put them to sleep. Brett, thank you so much. I know you're going to be taking them out soon. I just want to remind our folks once again, if you are interested in taking a pet first aid course, it's a great course. Most people will complete this in about 45 minutes to an hour. Use the discount code, save yourself some money and buy some treats. Use the discount code Pets or Family to save 5% off. Follow Some Frenchie Named Apollo on all of the social media channels. Brett, thank you so much. It's time to go walk them now, right?
Oh yeah, I'll probably be walking them in another probably half hour. I gotta post one more post, but yep, they're gonna be going for a walk. We'll do a live, and I really appreciate you having us on here and discussing the importance of pet first aid.
Thank you, Brett. I really appreciate you. Artemis and Apollo, you have so many followers. Hopefully people will send you treats. Thank you, everybody. Really great live. Brett, have a great day. Stay safe.
All right. Thanks so much.
Take care.
All right. Bye.